you meet Sheeta?
Me and Tashika, we've been knowing each other all our life. We went to grammar school together. We had every grade except second grade. And the crazy thing is that I never told her I liked her either, but we was definitely best friends. We had all the Cash Money record CDs. We had everything together. Yep.
You want the real story?
Yeah, we want the real.
All right. No, I've been knowing her since high school. I had actually first met her. I was actually giving her a ride. I was actually dating somebody else. So, but she was just in the backseat getting a ride home. So, at that point though, I didn't pay attention to her like that at all. Like we didn't interact. It was just like a hi or a thank you for dropping me off type of thing. Like I would always see her like in the past and stuff like that, or cause she was real close with as far as my cousin who was party promoting. So I would see her in the clubs every now and then, and after a while she just started looking like real attractive to me. So I'm like, I didn't want to approach her because I knew I was the type of person, I played a lot of games with females. So, but I knew with her just off her aura and stuff, like she wasn't that type of person to play with. So she always used to say I was scary. Like I was scared to approach her and stuff like that, but I just knew she was like just a different type of woman. But we had, I had actually, like we would just like each other pictures on Facebook a lot, you know, going back and forth. And then I had like deactivated my Facebook page for some reason. I don't know why I did it, but then I had cut it back on probably like after a month. And then the first thing I see in my inbox is, here's my number. What'd she say? She put her number down. She was like, here's my number, use it if you like.
Use it. I had to make the first move.
I mean, but hey,
So
that goes to show you, like, y'all ladies, y'all got to start checking them DMs too, though.
That's all I'm
That
saying.
message
Because I hopped right in the
be out here.
DM and I said, call me if you'd like.
And when I seen it, like, my eyes, like, lit
He
up,
called
like,
immediately.
I called, like, that night. Like, probably, like, 15 minutes after I read that message. I think did I call you or text you?
You called me.
Oh, yeah, I called.
Because I thought that was like really, you know, it was different. You know, this day and age, all we do is text. But he actually called, so it was already a plus. As soon as I was like, who is this? It is kidding. I was like, oh, okay. He called. So that was a plus off from the jump.
Yeah, we had, like, we probably had, like, an hour. We probably stayed on the phone for, like, an hour.
No, it was a few hours.
Yeah.
It
Like,
was
those
a
one of
few.
those conversations, like, y'all be sending pictures on Facebook, like, with your feet hanging on the wall, doing all different type of positions.
Your head hanging off the bed. You just on
that was one of them good conversations. But, I mean, yeah, I liked everything about her. Like, when I first met her, she didn't really like me like that. Like, when we first started talking.
Yeah, we first started dating. Anything would have caused me to say, I don't have to deal with this. Like anything. I stopped talking to him for a while.
But that's the back off. Like I was taking the heat from what she had previously been through. So anything that I messed up a little bit is
the smallest thing. I was like,
I
yeah.
didn't get no chances. Everybody before me, they got all type of chances, but they burned her so bad. Now I was reaping not benefits. I was reaping what everybody else had sold.
Yeah, basically.
Which I thought was unfair. I just knew that not to play with her. Because I just didn't want to risk losing her. And I was never like that at all. That's how I knew she was different, because I could care less if a female come in out of my life. Like, it's okay, I'm on to the next one. But, like, there's just something, like, real special about her. It's like, I just can't. Like, this is somebody I can't lose. I can't risk losing, cause she's like just one of a kind, honestly. Just saying.
We never really knew each other. We just knew the same people, and we were out hanging out on the 4th of July one time, and this guy walked past, and I guess he was an older guy, and she said something about his hair, I guess. So
I bust a joke.
yeah, so everybody started laughing. The guy, he was intoxicated, walking down the street. He came and basically muffed her. And mind you, I didn't know her.
He did not know me.
So I kind of, you know, I'm a little guy who was on some D-Boy and Craig type thing. Like, man, that's a female, pushed him, right? So So it almost went down. You know, and like I said, he's an older guy. It was a big little scene. Had a couple of my guys out there, but nothing went down. So he came back with a gun this time.
Later that night.
Later that night, looking for me.
both of us.
Looking for us.
Well, we were gone.
Imagine we don't even know each other. You know, it was just me just trying to help out. So long story short, nothing happened that night, and we ended up seeing each other about. Was it about almost 2 years? No, it wasn't that
No,
long.
it was next year,
Hey,
April 2008.
Yeah, a friend of hers was dating one of my friends, and I happened to see her again. So I'm like, I wanted to talk to her, but I ain't really say too much or nothing to her, and I asked her to come with me to Harold's to pick up some food. She was down the ride. Still didn't talk to her.
We were in the car silent.
Silent, just riding. I was like, man, I like her, but I couldn't say nothing to her. We just riding, made it to the Harold's, came back. Only thing, I had some sounds in the car too, so I thought I was a little cool then. She like, can you turn that down? You know, I don't like that, I like all that. So I'm like, dang, so I probably messed up on my first little shot, so I definitely didn't say nothing to her. Brought her back to the house, my buddy's house, and then she just left. And with her friend, I'm like, dang, I missed the shot, but I told her friend that I was interested in her, get her number for me. And then she was like, why didn't you just ask when I was there? So she was cool, she gave me her number, and then the rest was history, so we've been together since. Started hanging out, you know, the day she graduated from high school. She just, I graduated the year before her. And she came through. I guess I was her little backup. She had nothing to do that night. She graduated, and she like, man, Scott Robert, you know, he seemed like a cool dude, you know. So she just called me, and I wasn't doing nothing.
One of my friends, her dad's house caught on fire the day I graduated from high school. And so that goes my plan. I was trying to go hang out, party and stuff. And then my best friend was like, you know, just go ahead and, you know, call Robert. He's so, you know, he's cool. You know, you'll really like him. I never heard that he's in any mess or whatever. I'm like, all right, I'll call him or whatever. And so he, you know, invited me over with him and some of his friends or whatever. And we hung out. And we did kiss that day, too. That was our first day. I actually kissed him.
That's probably when I knew. So
That's
when I'm like, all right, cool.
I kissed him. And I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I like texted him next day. I'm
Apologize.
so sorry. Like, I shouldn't have kissed you.
That's not me. And I'm
That's
like,
not
man.
me. I am so sorry.
So we met at my sophomore year in high school. We had a mutual friend, and this one, like Sprint used to text through the internet, and so she had just got a phone, and she got my number from her friend because she was creeping me from our homecoming dance, and so she got a number, and she just started texting me out the blue, and we've been linked up ever since, really.
Of course, it's always his story versus mine, of course, okay? But yeah, that's a bit of the truth, you know? I just got my first cell phone. I didn't have any numbers. I needed some numbers, so a mutual friend.
So why you think of mine? Why you think of mine to get out of everybody's number you could have got?
I just told her to give me numbers. That's all I said. Just give me some numbers.
You text everybody?
She threw out Michael's number.
She didn't text everybody's number she got. She only texted my number. So that just show you she was creeping from the beginning.
Whatever.
We met in college. One night, a buddy of mine, we was going to get some food, and it's called Lincoln, and because they have the best Philly cheesesteak. And so we was going in there. It's like fall going into winter, and my wife and her friend, they stopped us, wanted to play Uno. So I said no, because like I don't know strangers, like yeah, nah. But anyway, I was like no. So my guy, he was like, yeah, come on, let's play. And I was like, nah. So I went to go get the food, and I came back. It was like, you know, still want to play. And so we were talking. I was like, no, we're playing. And then like right then and there, I was like, hey, you remind me of Sierra, the singer dancer, for just some reason. And that's how we first met.
It's the truth. No, it was the first night I got dropped off at college. My friend and I were sitting out in the lobby of Lincoln, and we did. He was walking past, and we asked him to play Uno. He said no. He kept walking. His friend stayed. No turned into yes, I do, and now we're here talking to you.
Well, we actually knew each other since we were about maybe 12. We actually knew each other from grammar school, from 7th and 8th grade, so yeah.
How did you know Jameer was the one?
It just hit you. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like with men, it's just, a man know a man know their wife, I think, when they meet them, honestly. Because we just got that natural instinct. It may take us a while, don't get me wrong, but you just know what type of woman that you're looking for. You know what type of woman that you need. You know what type of lifestyle that you want. So she had fit like everything to the T. She was just her, and she didn't really care what nobody else thought about her. One thing that really attracted to me too, though, like she was heavily into like deep rooted as far as with God. Like that was real attractive to me because I never dealt with no woman like that, and I was never that type of person either. But some of the things that she would talk about made me even want to get more in touch with God too, though. So, and it was just different. Like she just made me want to do different with myself.
It's just a feeling you get. It's not really like one telltale like it was this that made me know. It's just same way the chemistry was when we was friends. It was just a vibe that we got from it was just easy. So, and yeah, it just rocked that way. That's just how it went about. I don't know how she knew, but
I actually like took a nap in her room. I went to the room, took a nap, and I woke up, and it's like I went from okay, I just meditated. Oh my gosh, this girl may be dope. It's just a conversation, and then over a period of time, that just reinforced how it felt like, you know. And then I started catching myself, you know, and she'd call, I'll drop stuff, hanging out with the guys. I'd be like, hey man, I'll be right back, and just disappear, you know, at any given second. Right then and there, I know it's like, she's gonna be special.
I mean, can't you tell? Just look at her. you know. But I would definitely say Tashika was just super genuine to mostly every situation that I was coming across at the time that we mainly got together, which was in August of 2016. And so she was just a open ear, an open book that I never closed, I'll say that.
And I knew she was the one because I never felt no feelings for anyone. I mean, even at that tender age of 17 years old, I still kind of knew that you know, that she would be the one. So I was just pretty much preparing my future just to be with her. So, yeah.
You know, he just made me feel a different way, different from anybody else I had ever dated. He held me to a certain standard in his life, like he chose me over everybody. So I just knew, I was like, I felt a sense of security with him, like I could trust him.
I've always prayed to God, like, Lord Jesus, please, if you ever get a man for me, I don't want him with no kids, but I end up getting, you know, an amazing husband with two beautiful girls who I love, like they are my own. But it wasn't that, you know, I just knew this man was going to be my husband. But Michael was such an amazing guy. Like, I can't stress that enough. You know, the way he holds it down for our household, for the girls. He does an amazing job. You know, just being the leader, the provider, all of the above. He's just such a great guy.
Man, you getting some brownie points today.
I think it took me a while, but it seemed like in college, every chance that I failed, he was there to pick me up, right? So when I got in trouble, the first person I would call was Omar. I purposely did not know he was the one until after college. We stopped talking for some time. I was dealing with somebody else, and that went all the way left. And I think I prayed that night, and I was just looking for some type of answer. And so I sent him a Facebook message, long book, and just off his response, I knew it was the one.
See, I always knew he was cool. He was nice. He was genuine, even when we were friends. But at the time when we met, I felt like I had everything. You know, the single Black independent woman. I had the accounting career, the condo, all of that stuff. But I had never met somebody who was willing to work with me and love me through my issues. You know, my daddy issues or my whatever issues that I was facing at the time. So he was the first guy to make me feel loved and make me feel like, you know, it's cool. We all got problems. It'll be all right.
I knew he was the one when I met him. It was a lot of things that he was open about, that he didn't know much about, like God and, you know, certain things like that. It was like he was introducing me to certain things and I was introducing to him to certain things, and he was actually willing to learn. And that is what caught my eye about him, you know, what made me look deeper into a future with him. When I was able to, he would ask me questions and, you know, want to talk and have certain conversations. His conversation began to be different, you know, and that's when I knew. I kind of knew when our conversations became deeper, our connection was just deeper, and it was something that I've never had with anybody else. So,
what is the most difficult or challenging part about being married?
You want me to answer?
I don't see my interpretation. I just feel like in life there's going to just be challenges. You know, I don't think just because you're married, it's just a difficult thing. I mean, it's going to be challenging all across the board. You know, when two people come together as one, you know, you're mentioning their childhood experiences or issues, who they are, just generational curses. Just, you're meshing so much together. So that in itself is quote unquote challenging, but I mean, that's just what it is. That's just life.
You know, we done been through some stuff in our relationship, you know, and she's still going through healing, you know, and I'm with her every step of the way. But like, it is like so much, like the damage that's. I put this woman through a lot. And for her to still be by my side, it's a blessing to me. But I know I tried different ways to what I call helping myself with being a better man for her. I made every excuse, didn't have a father. I grew up and seen his bogus stepfather. You know, I never seen any positive men, the way we grew up, the community. I made every excuse in the world. You know, and I searched all and all in the outside to try to fix that problem. Even went to church and everything. I never took the time to know myself and know who I was. So I got to searching and digging deep and digging deep. And once I started to love myself, I was able to love her on a whole different level. And I'm glad to say that we on the other side. And I can look back and we can have these good conversations about this. It get emotional. My wife was a super emotional person. She made me emotional.
Don't be telling people that.
You made me emotional. And I don't care if people say you get a little soft. I do. You know, my wife, she everything to me.
I don't say it's like a difficult part. It's just like the biggest thing with marriage is like you got two different people with two different perspectives on certain things or a lot of stuff sometimes. And you just trying to mesh that together, like be on one accord more times than not. Like, so that's like the biggest challenge, I would say, and more so than difficulty. Is just trying to be on one accord with a lot of stuff that you're going through, like daily functions and like long-term views on what you got, like what plans y'all got for each other as family-wise, as goals y'all trying to reach and stuff like that. It's just one person might be thinking like, you know, I want to do this, or I got this vision for us, and the other one might be thinking something else. So the biggest thing is just trying to make sure, you know, bring that person and this person ideas together and like just make a mesh to where we could kind of like get on the same page going down the line.
Two different people from two different backgrounds, just trying to make sense of everything.
Yeah.
I would definitely say communication. I think we are two different but very similar individuals, and we have different ways that we process things and different ways that we just kind of express our feelings. And so sometimes, you know, when he might think things are closed out, I'm still needing some type of closure and still want to talk through the details of why things went wrong versus, you know, he's just gone to the gym to express his feelings. You know, it's just a different way of communicating.
She needs more detail, and I'm like, you know, if I said that, I mean, that's what it is. Because I'm not, especially when to me it's not that important or I don't think it, you know, but, you know, I have to be conscious of myself. Like, you know, my importance level may be different for her. So then, but it's just communication and learning each other communication style and understanding that we're still growing And so how we communicated last year may be different from how we're communicating this year, especially now that we have a son. So it's just that's probably the hardest part.
Communication, because culturally, African American women, we are just very firm, and we are not willing to bulge on many things. So communication, learning how to communicate would be the most difficult.
Compromise. I'm a real strong-willed woman. I was raised by a single mother. So to me, the woman led in my household my whole life. And so it was just hard for me to transition over to allow him to take charge and make the decisions, because I was used to making them for myself. Every woman in my family, every household in my family was pretty much woman-led. So that's what I knew how to do. And so I'm still struggling with it. So it's still something that I work on every day. And I even have to apologize about it sometimes, because I can sense that I'm doing it. So I'm like, I'm so sorry. Come back. I'm gonna do better next time.
This is what you do. This is what you do.